Today I'm going to be talking about type B blood. So type B is very rare, and it came third after O, after A, and then B's became in the Himalayan, Pakistan area over there. They were the nomads. They were the people that walked with their families and they sold and bought goods. So they're very good salespeople. And it's interesting to note that one of the wealthiest people in the world, the wealthiest people in the world tend to be type B blood. And there's a large percentage of Jews and that are type B as well. So more or less in India and Pakistan, that's where it originated, there in the Himalayas. And then the people that were a lot of type B were the Mongolians, the Mongols, I think that's how you say. And so thinking of this, you can kind of know what their personality is going to be. And these are very interesting, rare people. They are brilliant. They are the above average intelligent people. They are very good entrepreneurs. They are very good with money. So they are very successful with money. But they may not be very reliable. So they can, and this is again, not for everybody, environment, upbringing, this all changes. So back then, they could have not been very reliable, very egocentric, the most actually. A lot of energy, a lot of self-confidence, very good leaders that have high positions, so CEOs. They tend to have a lot of success, and they trust their own intuition a lot. What else? They do not think about what other people think of them. They are those kind of people that do exactly what they want, and they don't really care about what other people might think of what they're wearing and what their decisions are. And they're very enthusiastic. Very social, right? They had to communicate and negotiate, so they're very, very social, good with people, good with words, persuasive. They do not worry a lot about risks. Type A is extremely worried about risks, right? They're always thinking forward. They're kind of thinking of the worst. Type O kind of like wings the risks and faces them when they show up, but kind of doesn't really plan for it. And these really don't care. If the risks show up, they'll just deal with it. They do not like a lot of rules. They tend to be those people that tend to bend the rules and act in gray areas as well. Let's see. They're very unattached. And I don't know here if unattached, I'm imagining it's more unattached to people than it is to money, because I think they really like money. So they have a very long-term vision as well. They're good at thinking ahead. They're very malleable and adaptable. They think a lot. They're visionary. What else? They're open-minded. They like to be alone. They like to walk alone. They like to do their thing. They can be a little weird. So like odd and different, right? Because they're so successful and extremely intelligent and kind of don't care about what other people think. So they might be that one that's like wearing the weird stuff and just acting weird, not as the social norm, right? Because they don't like the rules as well. But they're very balanced in everything they do. They only do what they want. And after type O, they are the second one that lives the most. So I guess us type A people die. Stress kills you. They do not have patience with those people that are type A, that are very correct and by the book and following rules. So they don't really jive with those people. So they do tend to have a little bit more cortisol like type A people, but they do digest well. Type A people don't typically digest as well as type O. So type B does digest well. They also produce good quantities of alkaline phosphatase in their small intestines, which translates to better protein digestion and better calcium assimilation as well. They have a good reaction to stress, although they tend to have a more cortisolic response rather than adrenaline as O. They do have a better adaptation to stress. And then for these people, the exercise has to be kind of like in the middle, right? Not so vigorous like O's need. O's need to spend that adrenaline, so they have to go for a run and they have to do spinning class and things like that hit. But B can go vigorous, but doesn't have to go to the extreme. But they also don't need to do Tai Chi and meditation and be really slow and smooth. So they can do like there. They have a little bit more production of nitric oxide, and this modifies their nervous system. And viruses have proteins that are similar to the B protein in the blood. And so B doesn't react to B, right? Itself. It recognizes it itself. So unfortunately, the B bodies are more susceptible to viruses because they don't recognize it as a foreign agent. Most, right? Viruses. So yeah, B does not have a lot to talk about, but I think B is one of the most interesting. The fact that they are the richest ones in the world, and they're very, very rare and extremely intelligent, and how this, the way they were people that were buyers and sellers, salespeople back then, makes them good salespeople now. Let me know if you're a B and if you fit this.